Hi, Leo, and welcome to Magic 7 Tarot. My name is Finn, and I'm here to do your reading for May and a few weeks after that. So, the next month or so. How's everything going, Leo? Why don't we just take a couple of deep breaths together? It's nice to see you, and focus in on what's going on with you. We'll ask Spirit, give some guidance for the next month or so. Eternal Spirit, please provide an overview of the energies for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign for the next month, the month of May into June. Desire to know the truth for Leo. I'm going to just concentrate on that and take a couple of deep breaths, Leo, with me while I shuffle the cards and cut them into 3 piles, and I do that 3 times. That's my process. Eternal Spirit, we desire to know the truth for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the next month of May into June. I desire to know the truth for Leo. What are the major influences, energies? What's going on for Leo? I desire to know the truth. Okay. So I'm going to deal out a Magic 7 Tarot spread, which is 7 cards, past, present, immediate future. What you must control or handle, the environment, what opposes you, and the final outcome. So we'll look at that, and then we'll pull some oracle cards as we've been doing. Now, if you don't know what your rising sign is or your moon sign, go ahead to astro.com. There's a link in the description, and you can get your free birth chart done there. I don't get any profit, it doesn't cost anything, just a service I provide because that's where I do my charts. Okay, Leo in the past. Okay, so we have the 7 of scepters. So that's a lot of positive business energy, getting things done. Okay, so promotion, advertising, anything to do with marketing. This is 7 is Sagittarius, and this is the Sagittarius decadent of Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Nice, lots of fire energy. So that connects very well with your Leo approach. So this is like business success or business effort. And it's upright. We'll find out if there's other influences, but you've been working hard, simply put. You made a vision, a plan for your business activities or for your work, and you've been following through on that with some positive energy. So the great thing about this card is it's all positive, right? Like it's Jupiter and Jupiter and Jupiter. Okay. So the negative or the potential negative is kind of overdoing it or overindulging oneself, right? Like this is a serious, party card, right? I'm just saying that these energies are general, and this is a general reading, and so I can't read what's going on in your life specifically. I can give you this forecast of the energies as I see them, and so. Uh, uh, this looks like positive business activity, simply put. However, if there was a negative influence of this, it's maybe going too far or, indulging yourself. Okay, so making it maybe about you rather than about the business activity. So just be cautious of that. Let's see what other cards come up because that'll help me clarify that. Okay, so another great card. This is Arcanum 3, and that is action. Okay, action or marriage. So you're bringing things together. So anything that you initiated in the past is now coming to fruition. You're bearing fruit, and that's a really great influence. Both of these cards kind of speak to this idea of like not being too wound up with yourself, right? Like in other words, seeing the activity as outside of yourself, but not necessarily about you. And making it about you could be, kind of a wrong choice here, simply put. But uh, whatever activity you initiated in the past is now coming to fruition. that's the simple interpretation of this. I mean, it could be a marriage, like a love. If this represents, having a lot of fun with someone, this could definitely represent, taking it to the next level. But let's see what other cards come up, because that will help me. Okay. So this is like a profit, a three of coins. So, what you started in the past is now coming to fruition, and you're going to see some money as a result of that. Or, you're, whenever there's a coin, I always think of it as, raising your self worth, right? Because, as above, so below is the Hermetic adage. And so, we're only going to attract to ourselves, the money in proportion to our own self-worth. And so you want to, there's definitely an increase in self-worth, in profit, business success through, your own initiative. It's not luck per se. You might have lucked into a way of doing things or an opportunity. This could be an opportunity that you took action on, right? I mean, the thing about opportunities is they don't fall in your lap. They're just an opportunity for you to do something. And if you do nothing, nothing happens. But if you do something, something can happen. And the something in this case is an increase in your wealth through your effort. Okay. It's not just coming from nothing. What do you need to control? Okay. So we have the Ace of Coins reversed. In the Brotherhood of Light Tarot, which I use, the Egyptian Tarot, a reverse card does not mean negative or worse in any way. What it means is it's harder to express. So this is like your relationship to money or wealth or self-esteem. And so you might have a hard time coming to terms with success. Some people, struggle their whole lives, and as soon as the struggle's over, they don't know what to do with themselves. And so this is thoughts about money. Okay, but it is also about how you think about yourself. And so in relation to these other cards, which are incredibly positive, it's like you had an opportunity, you put in the action, now it's bearing fruit. And what's that Talking Heads song? How did I get here? Right. And so sometimes people find themselves in the midst of success and they have to rewrite their story. If you've struggled your whole life, if you've been a person who has defined yourself by your lack of things, like what you don't have, and now you find yourself with success, things are going well for you, you might have to rewrite your story. And I encourage you to do that, to meditate on your relationship to wealth and esteem and value, and the things that, you know, giving yourself the things you need. I was going to say like treating yourself, but it's more just like, anytime you've sacrificed for, and work is sacrifice, right? Like even if you just go to a job, right? You're sacrificing your time, 8-9 hours a day, for some money to live. And so when you have success and it's starting to flow, you might still be stuck in that kind of mindset. And so I would encourage you to probe that and try to understand your relationship to wealth and value and self-esteem, and raise it up. There's a line from George Bernard Shaw, the playwright. He said, "I wish everyone could treat me like my tailor, because every time I see him, he takes a new measurement of me." Okay? This is asking you to take a new measurement of yourself. And I think you'll be pleased with what you find. You're a different person than you were. This success has changed you in a really positive way. And what's the environment providing here? Okay. Excuse me. The Five of Swords reversed. So this is a struggle. That's very interesting. I mean, what I see here, I'm going to pull the other cards and I'll try to understand this a bit better in context. I mean, none of these cards are happening without the other cards. But, in the face of opposition or difficulty, you're letting it flow. So that's one way of reading this. Or, there are forces outside of you in the environment that are working against you, and yet you're able to kind of keep it together. And I love that. I'm going to look at the other two cards because I really want to see how it plays out. and then I'll come back to them. Don't worry. Okay. So what opposes you is the Two of Scepters. So this is like a business partnership. Okay. So, uh, hmm, I'm going to look at the last card. Yeah, I have a lot of ideas that have just flown in my head. You know, that, okay, Eight of Swords reversed. So that's a challenging card. Okay. Okay. Leo, you have to find your own space here and maintain your flow despite what's going on in the environment. The environment is throwing you curves left, right, and center. Uh, if you're in a business partnership, that's creating, some antagonism, and it's at the moment, if you let that get to you, that's going to create some bad feelings, right? And so you need to hold your own, but it requires you to raise your self-esteem. In other words, if you can be overpowered by the environment, not necessarily what's opposing you. Sometimes Leo, sometimes I get an image and an image, and sometimes, like what just happened, I get image, image, and I'm trying to go, okay, let's slow it down here, and let me try to figure out what the best path here through for you is. 100% this is about your own personal self-esteem, and it's in relation to, let's say, a partner, a business partner who has nothing but self-esteem. Okay, and that has caused you some nervous, there's a struggle at work. It's not a power struggle. Person's not against you. It's just that their positive energy doesn't match your struggle. Sorry, it impacts your struggle with your own way of thinking about yourself. Okay, it's like you could have all the success in the world and you still have this kind of question in your own mind about who you are and what you can accomplish. So that needs to be clear. Like, the clearer you are about who you are and what you stand for and what you believe in and what you want to see in your life, the better. Because the environment itself, and this is not a negative card. These are just agitated cards, right? Like this is five, which is also Jupiter, and uh, and but it's in the Earth signs, so that doesn't. There's a lot of fire, a lot of air here, and so then there's these Earth cards, and these Earth cards are kind of what's sorry, there's another image. So the practical can really bring you down, okay? Like, you're cool when it comes to the vision, and you love taking action in what you're doing, right? And you love to see money flow, and that's helping with your self-esteem issues. Um, but the practical, can trip you up here. And this is like a negative turn in your mind, right? So um, don't let the struggles that are inherent in day-to-day life get you down to the point that you forego your positive ideas about yourself and identify with the struggle. Yes, that's it. Do not identify with the struggle, Leo. Okay, the struggle is outside of you, it's not you. Okay, who you are is filled with positive energy, lots of great energy and action and worth and value and cash, success. And yet, the practical day to day can really trip you up and make you feel bad about yourself. Don't let that happen. I'm going to pull some more cards here for you, and let's just see if we can't get clarity on that. More than anything, it seems to me that you're the master of your own destiny here. I mean, I really believe that you're the master of your own destiny, despite the cards, or whatever the cards say. But in this case, it seems to me like you're happy with the action that you're taking. You're happy with the activity and the thing you're putting out in the world. But the world requires you to do this, this, and this as well, right? It's not just your ideas. You got to negotiate all the other things, right? Like, you might love. I mean, this does indicate a bit of travel here in the past. I mean, you might love traveling, but when you're traveling, there's also all of these like waiting and delays, and like got to put thinking of going to the airport, and you have to put all the liquids in this little bag and stuff like that. So all of these rules that you have to follow, and the rules can kind of if you most of us don't even think about those once we're through. Oh, I'm through the security, now I can relax, have a glass of wine and or a beer and get ready to be on the plane. We don't think, oh boy, that was a really hard security check and it's really putting a damper on my holiday. Right? You don't do that. You let it go. Okay. So I want you to think about the practical things in that way and let them go. Okay. Uh, I'm going to do a archetype card for you, and then we'll do an oracle card, okay, for some inspiration. By the way, if this is resonating for you, I appreciate. I'm a brand new channel. It's just a few months now, and I'm still fine tuning my process. But if it resonates for you, I really appreciate it if you like this video, put a comment in, tell me what part was important for you, or what part didn't connect with you at all, because that's interesting for me as well. And I mean, it's a general reading, so it's not going to resonate for everyone. And I do offer private readings now. There's a link in the description if you wanted to do something specific for you. And then, of course, subscribe. That helps me a lot. Okay, Eternal Spirit, thank you for watching today. Eternal Spirit, what archetype can we give to Leo this month to help them on their journey? A journey of effort and success and action and recalibrating their self-esteem, and then rising above the practical. Rise above the practical. Rise above the mundane, okay? Desire to know the truth. For Leo, sun, moon, and rising. If you don't know your what the difference is, because they're different, there's a video in my library, my catalog, my expanding catalog, that explains the difference between the sun, moon, rising influences in your chart. Archetype for Leo. I desire to know the truth for Leo for the next month. The orphan. Okay. Some of you probably are orphans, right? Get older and your parents are gone. And that there's lots of challenges there. But this is the archetype. We're going to all experience this, whenever we're lonely or feel isolated. I mean, this is kind of, I keep going back to this card because these are the thoughts you're having of yourself in relation to your self-esteem, in relation to your self-worth. And so if you're not able to maintain your self-worth moment to moment, these struggle cards are going to really impact you. It's going to undermine who you are as a person, make you feel less valuable. I'll read the orphan for you. To study the orphan is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are ever more connected, yet face collective isolation. The refugee crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from parents, and the earth begs for our attention. We are in a time of universal orphanage, of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this core wound and dilemma. It's normal to fear this card, as it haunts the caverns of the soul when it appears. Take time, real time, to be in the presence of the feelings this card stirs in you. Let it humble you. What are you starving for? What is the deepest gift you could imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed. So this is deep solace, deep acceptance, deep love. Okay? Going deep. Tenderness beyond tenderness. Okay? Otherwise, you're going to get buffeted about. The world is not going to give two shakes. Try to keep it polite. It's not going to care. The world doesn't care that you're having a personal epiphany. hurry up and get going, right? Like, people have demands. The world demands you to keep moving, to stay practical and focused. And so you have to find this depth within yourself in your quiet moments, and then bring it to the world. It can't just stay in your quiet moments. That's not going to help. Okay? It has to come out. This is a pretty profound reading, Leo. I hope it's resonating for you. Eternal Spirit, let's give you some inspiration after all that heaviosity. Okay. Eternal Spirit, what inspiration can we offer Leo this month on their journey? Desire to know the truth for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What inspiration can we offer them? I use these Sacred Destiny Oracle cards for inspiration. I think they're terrific. Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. Eternal Spirit, inspiration for Leo. I desire to know the truth for Leo. Okay. Leo, sticking together here. Okay, this is a neat card. Gateway. Gateway. Got a unicorn. Gateway is an opening. What does it say here for Gateway? I might do one more card for you, Leo. Should I? Send me that image. Yes or no? Magic is afoot. Wondrous events are unfolding. Wondrous events are unfolding, Leo. They really are. You're on track. You've got stuff going on. It's great. Profound revelations and inner illuminations are close at hand. It's now much easier to manifest your dreams. This is an excellent time to take action. Literally, this card means action. On your visions for your future. A small amount of action now will generate much bigger results. Gateways to spirit are opening, and there are places where the veil is especially thin. Fairies and elves are supporting you. Wonders are blossoming in your life. Watch for them. Open your heart to hallowed, holy, magical energy. The more you become aware of the small marvels in your life, the more they will grow in magnitude. Paying attention to the small marvels. Beautiful. Okay, I got this new deck of cards, and I'm going to pull a card for you, just because I'm enjoying this reading so much, Leo. This is another Denise Lynn deck. It's the Time Traveler's Oracle. So it's like, what place can Leo go to? This is really cool because it's all different places and times. What place can they go to in their imagination to help their dreams manifest? Help them get over the hurdles this month. What place is their sacred place in their imagination? A desire to know the truth. For Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Just shuffle these quickly. I know I'm taking a lot of your time today. I appreciate you watching. Sometimes I'm inspired to do a little more because the message is so interesting to me. When there's struggles, there's growth, right? So you're being asked to find your inner strength and grow beyond the external, the things that buffet you day to day. It's a big moment. You have to take. It's not going to happen on its own. There's an opportunity for it to happen. You have to do it. Okay, what is the imaginal landscape for Leo for this month? I desire to know the truth for Leo. Okay, here we go. Machu Picchu. Have you ever wanted to visit Machu Picchu? I know a Leo who always wanted to visit there. And it is the card of planning. Okay, so this is a place in your mind you can go to when you're having a tough moment, or if you want to be inspired, go to the place. That's what I love about these cards. Here's what it says. You're free to choose the experiences of your life. For your dreams to come to fruition, however, you need to make plans. This card indicates that it's valuable and even necessary to start strategizing now. Don't just hope that things will turn out. You need to carefully sort out step by step what you need for your dreams to come true. Start imagining your future possibilities. For example, if you live in earthquake country, you might consider an evacuation strategy or make plans to secure your heavy furniture. If you have a dream of becoming a writer, start researching classes and buying books about writing. A deliberate schedule may be called for daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. What do you want to happen in 5 to 10 years? It's time to get your foundations in place before stepping forward. Miracles will abound in your life. Okay, Leo, this idea of foundations reminds me of the earth struggles so you have the visions, but but what you want to see, but you don't know how to put the practical in place, and you've taken action, and it's good. Okay, so put those practical steps in place. When I run, and when I'm planning for a race, I work backwards from the race date, weeks, months ahead of time, and schedule every single one of my runs. Okay, so if you're trying to accomplish something, you need to be that precise about what you're doing with your time. Okay, it's when you plan for something and you start achieving it, that's when your self-esteem will grow. Leo, I can't wait to hear how things turn out. I hope you have a great month into June, and I'll catch up to you then. Peace.